Are you bored of typical hack-and-slash barbarian builds and want to create cool and unique character to wield the icy power of the North in Baldurs Gate 3? It seems like all gear sets for barbarian is designed to inflict fire damage, so it was challenging task to create a real Lord of the North. But still I made this freeze barbarian, so let's jump straight into the build. Starting class is barbarian, of course. Your race of choice doesn't matter, but I recommend going with half-orc for extra power, and I also very like half-elves for extra movement speed. Pick any background you like, and our starting ability point distribution will be as followed. We focus on strength as our main damaging ability, and getting 14-16 in constitution and dexterity. You can have more constitution if you want more health, or more dexterity if you want higher initiative, and armor class, and a little bit in wisdom for saving throws. Just like that, you're ready to go, and when you exit the ship, you will wake up on the beach and you will already be level 2. As barbarian, we don't need to pick anything right now, and we'll gain only reckless attack ability. And I recommend to chill in starting gear with double hand axe. They will do slightly better damage than Great Axe, and considering we're doing 2 attacks, it will increase our hit chance. While gameplay is pretty straightforward right now, you just go into the battle and use your bonus action to cast Rage. Also I recommend going to Reaction tab and activating Reckless Attack. Now when you attack, you will get prompt if you're missing, and now you can use Reckless Attack reactively after attack. After you see that you're missing, and you will gain advantage, this means you will roll 2 dice instead of 1 and have more chance to hit. Also don't forget to use different weapon abilities like Lacerate, they are really powerful and can make a difference in a battle. But still right now everything is pretty easy and straightforward. But to actually be super powerful and freeze your enemies, we need to understand some cool tricks and ability order. On level 3 you will get subclass option. I recommend going with Berserker subclass for now. You will get improved and buffed Frenzy with additional actions like Frenzy Strike and Enrage Throw. Now we can switch to two-handed Great Axe and use our Frenzied Strike as bonus action for extra attack. Or if you're fighting against smaller targets, you can use Enrage Throw to throw them with extra attack. It's insanely cool, fun and powerful. There is not a lot of important stuff you need to get in this act for this build, and you will finish Act 1 at level 4. For feat of choice, right now we're picking Great Weapon Monster to drastically increase our damaging power. And jumping forward a little bit, level 5 we're picking Barbarian again to get extra movement speed and also extra attack. And while extra attack will work anyway, extra movement speed will work only if you're wearing no armor. Still, after leaving Act 1, I recommend finding some good medium armor. There's a lot of them, and you will definitely find one, so you can get from 15 to 18 armor class easily without any additional rings and capes. And with our insanely high HP, we will be insanely powerful melee combat menace. I recommend you to drop Great Weapon Master Olin on the hotbar, because if you enter your rage and miss your attack, rage will be over. So if you see that enemy don't have full HP and maybe like around 12 damage is enough, just turn it off and you will inflict from 6 to 17 damage with your normal Great Axe. Cool thing that you can use your Reckless Attack even on your swing attacks to use Reckless Attack on multiple targets. And don't forget to turn on Great Weapon Master Olin against targets with full health, and you probably will one-shot them. And before reaching Act 2, I recommend getting Winter Clutch. You can get it in a lot of places, but easiest one is just to buy from Rosemarine Monastery waypoint from Lady Esther. And I got nice news for you. With these Winter Clutches, we are almost approaching our complete freezing build. But before I will show you how to make this cool, fun, unique and broken monster, let me explain our leveling in Act 2. And I got the text version of this build in my Discord, link in the description. So you will end Act 2 at level 8. This means we got 3 extra levels. And these levels will be really easy, we just pick 3 levels in a row to get additional actions with our bonus action like dash, for example, very useful for us, because we are melee fighter, and to keep our rage, sometimes we need to close distance to our enemy. And on level 8 we pick and Thief Rogue to get additional bonus action. It will be really helpful to freeze every enemy you will see. But even at Act 1 you already will be able to freeze your weapon, I mean enchant your weapon with freezing power. And with rage and medium armor you will be insanely tanky and protected, while your enemies won't stand a chance against your swing attacks. Because actually we will respec at this act. to be insanely powerful force right now, but only respect after you get this awesome weapon from Act 2. This big glaive got insanely cool ability. You can easily enchant it with any type of condition. And with winter clutches, of course you want to enchant it with cold for additional cold damage, even with your powerful cliff attacks for attacking multiple targets. To get this awesome blade, you need to go to Moonrise Towers in Act 2 and kindly ask Raw Moonglow to give this blade to you. And here, of course, you can buy it. And after getting this blade, you can respec your character. And now I really recommend going in medium armor, so if armor of your choice not giving bonus above 14 dexterity, pick more constitution. And as you get, there is not a lot of picks as Barbarian, so only difference will be to picking Wild Heart at level 3, and we're going for Tiger Wild Heart. First of all, it's giving us additional jumping distance, which is really nice with additional bonus action from Rogue. But most importantly, it's giving us additional actions that we can use every turn without short rest, and this action is basically cliff attack up to 3 targets. All other choices will be same, but upon reaching Act 3, I actually recommend doing one more respec. And forgive my wording, I'm not recommend, I'm actually tell you to pick dual wielder feat, because without dual wielder, build won't work. After getting Thief at level 8, on level 9 we want to add one more class, and we get in Fighter 1 level, only to get to weapon fighting style. Then jumping forward a little bit, on level 10 we get in one more level in Rogue to get Feat, and we pick in Strength +2. And finishing our build with Barbarian and getting animal aspect, Wolverine or Tiger. Wolverine is better for control class, so if you want to play as tanky frontlaner who just disable all his targets and making stack them in one place, go for Wolverine. But if you want more power in your hits, then go for Tiger. And finish a build with one more level in Barbarian to get more initiative and protection from being surprised. And we are in the Act 3, that's where everything kinda begins. Yeah, we were powerful Barbarian in Act 1 and 2, and we were freezing our enemies in Act 2 already. But now we can make it more constantly, and basically every turn we will freeze almost all our enemies. And first stop to get our build is this trader on the main central square of Lower City. You need to look for Flail of Ages. This really powerful Morning Star got cool and unique ability. First of all, it can self-cast Elemental Age and get +1 enchantment with additional cold, acid or fire damage. We always picking cold damage, of course, and when this flail doing cold damage, it inflicting shield condition on its target. Shield makes your enemy vulnerable to cold damage, means you will do extra or basically double damage with all your cold attacks. That's cool, but how to actually freeze your enemies? Because freeze condition will make them vulnerable to bludgeoning damage, which is damage of our Morning Star. To constantly freeze our enemies, we need to write order of moves, but also we need special weapon, and it's located right in this building. In Lower City, you need to go to Counting House and try to somehow get access to the secret vaults. There will be a really big and strong door. You need either password or insane luck to get in, but even after you get in, you need additional luck or insane skills in lockpicking or find out a key. I actually recommend lockpicking with a rogue. And get to this vault number 4 for our super important item, Trident of Waves. And while this trident looking pretty normal and boring, actually on each hit it will create water surface around target. For some reason there is no information the target will also be wet. And when you add wet condition to chilled target, the target will be frozen. Simple as that. Combining Trident and Flail of Ages from Act 3 and also Drake-Throat Glaive from Act 2, we can create this fun and unique playstyle. First of all, to start your day, equip Drake-Throat Glaive, and then drop Trident of Waves on the ground. Activate Draconic Elemental Age and use Cold Enchantment on your Trident of Waves. Then equip your Flail and activate Cold Enchantment on it. Now, considering we got dual wielding feat, we can equip these two items in different hands and be insanely powerful, but it's very important to pick right hand for right weapon. Even while it's stated that Trident of Waves will do additional 1d4 damage, for some reason all attacks using this weapon will do additional 1d4 cold damage. Considering our enemies is vulnerable to it and we can cliff attack every turn, it's insane amount of additional damage. But frozen targets will take a lot more damage from bludgeoning. And we got main hand flail and main hand trident. What's the difference? Only in target strike. Trident target strike will inflict more damage overall because we will inflict wet condition and can cleave all wet targets at once. While with flail in your main hand, target strike will be a little bit weaker, but will inflict bludgeoning damage, therefore will do additional damage to frozen targets. So what setup do I recommend? I'm using Trident in my main hand most of the time, because it's just stable source of damage. But if you want to constantly freeze your enemies, use Flail, because Flail got a chance to inflict shield condition. It won't inflict shield on every hit. So you can use Tiger Cleave to gain more chance to inflict shield condition, because you're attacking more targets at once, therefore getting more chances. But keeping Trident in main hand will give you wet condition, so your Flail will deal more damage. Take a look at this moment one more time. Target is already wet, and he is not frozen on main hand attack. Instead, he's getting shield condition first, and he can be frozen only when reapplying wet condition. And again, you want to hit targets who are frozen with your flail. So to actually control whom you're freezing and whom you're attacking with your flail, it's better to keep flail in the main hand. And your basic combat combo will be to use Tiger Cleave first, and then see what targets got applied shield on them. Shield targets got this snow effect on them, and then target attack with offhand attack with your trident. And now you can use your flail to destroy these frozen targets. Another very good item for this build is this Helmet of Greed that on me. It will give you additional bonus action when you are on half health. Therefore, more attacks with your offhand to freeze all targets. Also, there is chance to freeze target with encrusted of frost build up. And while this condition will build up with your gloves, you can look in these places for ingredients to make ice coating. I would keep it for last fight though, because it's impossible to buy it if I'm not mistaken. This build is not OP, but insanely fun and interesting to play. So I hope you will enjoy this Frozen Barbarian on your next playthrough. But if you want really broken builds with insane damage per round, just look no further than these videos on the screen right now.